So now we can get started by sliding to the back of your chair. We're going to get centered, have the feet flat on the floor, and you can lean into the back of your chair, take a load off. Letting your eyes closed, go ahead and take a couple of deep breaths in and out. And just take a moment to check in. How are you doing in this moment? Maybe it's been a while since you've asked yourself that question. How's it going in there? And as you ask yourself that question, you might get a singular, straightforward answer, or it might feel really, really complicated to answer that question because we're having multiple experiences at once. There's what's ever going on in our bodies. There's however we're feeling energetically, low, high, balanced. And of course, there's how the mind is feeling: stressed, anxious, depressed, even keeled, sometimes all of that at once. But how are you doing? How's the breath? Does the breath feel full or shallow, labored or easy, smooth or jagged? Just allowing this curiosity to come in. Because one thing you don't want to get too wrapped up in is judging yourself for any of these experiences. But more for today's practice, just to accept that this is where you are, that this is how you're doing, that this is your body, this is your energetic state, this is the state of the breath, and this is the state of your mind. And yes, sometimes we wish all of that could be very different. But for now, just accept that this is where you are starting. It's the only place you can start from. So be okay with that for now. And maybe if there are places in your body, your energy, or mind that needs some relief or support, that this practice can help bring that to you. And we'll continue to explore this curious state of our systems. So when you're ready, take a deeper, fuller breath and allow your awareness to come back to the space around you. Welcome back. And go ahead and slide to the edge of your chair, and we'll go ahead and get started with our physical practice. Again, keeping that idea of not really judging our experience, but just being aware of it, being curious of it at all times. So let's start with some extensions. Taking your arms down by your sides. With your next inhale, sweep the arms out to the side and up, reaching up as high as you can. And then exhale, release the arms on down. Let's do that again. Extending the arms out to the side, then straight on up. And then exhale, bring the arms down. We'll do that 3 more times. Reach up, inhale, and release. Moving with the breath. Allow that inhale to help lift those arms overhead, creating that length in the spinal column, and allow that exhale to drop the arms back down. 1 more time, reach and down. Good. Coming back into the extension, this time we'll interlace the fingers, press the palms away from you, straighten the arms, and then take the arms straight up. Now reach up through the palms, through the wrists, feel the tailbone shrug under slightly, pull the navel back towards your spine, reach, reach, reach. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Good. Reach up and release your arms. down. Feel sensation from just that little bit of movement we've done. Might be in the shoulders, it might be in the chest or somewhere else. Maybe the core feels activated. Good. All right. So for this next exercise, we're going to do two things. The first, you're going to take your right hand across your body to the outside of your left thigh. Right hand outside of the left thigh. And then sweep your left arm into the air. Good. Now reach up with that left arm toward the ceiling. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Reach, reach, reach. And then still holding on to that thigh, go ahead and lean to the right a little bit. Try to keep that left hip bone on the chair, feeling length along the left side of the body. And holding on to that left thigh is just making sure you don't fall over. So keep that grip tight. Good. Then go ahead and come back up and release the left arm down. So you might feel a little unbalanced right now because we stretched out one side and not the other. So let's go ahead and balance that out. So take your left hand across to the outside of the right thigh. Lift the right arm into the air, and we'll start with the extension. So reach up, reach, reach, reach. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Big length on that right side. And then still holding on to this right thigh, just go ahead and lean to the left. Feeling that space in the rib cage, as well as the right side abdomen. Good, one more breath. And then go ahead and come back up, inhale, exhale, release the arm on down. You can release the grip on that thigh. All right, so continuing our warm-up movement, we're gonna come into cactus arms. So you take the arms out to the side, bend the elbows, fingers pointing toward the ceiling. I'm gonna turn sideways, you keep facing forward, and we'll do some spinal flexes here. And you wanna keep the upper arm on the same level as your shoulders or parallel to the floor. Okay, so with your inhale, take the hands back, open the chest toward the ceiling. With your exhale, you're going to take the hands forward, around the back, look down at your lap. Then inhale, open back up. Then exhale, around the back. Inhale, opening up. And exhale, rounding the back. Please keep going on your breath, creating this movement in the upper spine here. The lower back stays steady. It's barely moving. It's all happening from the mid-spine up, helping to loosen up any stuck muscles or tension. Sometimes when I do this, which just happened right now, I feel like a slight popping at the sternum, the breastbone. Don't be alarmed if that happens. It's very normal. We're just loosening up that connection where the rib cage connects to the sternum, the breastbone. And that pliability actually helps you to take deeper breaths. So let's do a few more. I know your shoulders are probably getting a little tired. That's all good. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. Inhale, open. And exhale, round. Come to a neutral spine and then release your arms on down. Feel sensation in the shoulders, the arms, the chest, the upper back, and anywhere else you might be feeling it. All right, good job. I know that can be a little tiring sometimes, keeping the arms sticking straight out, but it really helps to strengthen the shoulder joints. Now we're going to stretch the shoulder joints doing one of our favorite exercises. You're going to take your left arm into the air, please, and drop the hand behind your head. Now with your right hand, reach up and grab the forearm or the elbow and pull that arm, the elbow, toward the midline of your body. Now, a couple of things to do once you're here. I'll stand up for this one, but you can keep sitting. You're going to bring the back hand toward your spine, so bend the elbow deeper. Now, when that happens, sometimes the chest starts to round, so you have to sit up a bit taller, feeling the heart lift. And feel what you feel here, because this is not the most comfortable of exercises. But if we can hold it a little bit longer, the release that we're going to get of tension in the shoulder joint is going to be amazing. Going through a little bit of discomfort for some reward at the end. Sometimes that's most of yoga practice. So if you feel great after, or when we come out of the stretch or out of the strength, and of course the breath helps us to get there. So if you can regulate your breath, we regulate the mind, and then the discomfort doesn't become so all-consuming. That's the idea anyway. Good. Now, when you're ready, don't drop the arm, but slowly release that left arm down, feeling it unfurl next to you. And feel the release in the shoulder joint, the shoulder girdle, the arm, the hand, tingling. Even like looking at the coloring of my arms right now, I just realized it's like the arm I just stretched, the left side, it like it's redder because there's so much circulation going to that side. So you might notice a difference visually in your skin tone from one side to the other. Maybe, maybe. But we are going to do the other side because it'd be a shame not to balance that out. So go ahead and lift your right arm up and bend the elbow, bring the hand behind the head. Now again, with the opposite arm, you're going to reach up and grab either the forearm or the elbow and traction it toward the midline of your body. Now the right hand, the free one behind you, bend the elbow deeper and bring that hand toward your spine, and then powerfully lift the chest. And find your breath. Now, I often note when we do this exercise that there's usually a difference in sensation between the two sides. One side tends to feel tighter or have less access, and that's just because we have asymmetries in the body. If you are right-handed, for example, this side might feel harder for you because, if anything, the muscular definition is just different because we use this side typically more often. Now, if you're left-handed, the worst is over. Just keep breathing. We're going to stay for just a little bit longer. Again, just breathe with the discomfort. We're not ignoring it. It's still true. We're just not letting it be so impactful, if you will. Starting to get a little philosophical in our yoga today. Sometimes you have to breathe through discomfort. You'll get through it, I promise. I've done this a lot. My arms have never fallen off. So let's try one more breath, okay? And when you're ready to release, don't drop it. Slowly release it. Right arm to your side. And feel sensation as that release happens. And it feels so much better. There's less tension in the neck, in the shoulder joint. There's that wonderful circulation to the hand and the arm. Looking at the skin tone again, the right side, which I just stretched, is definitely a little redder because there's just this rush of blood flow to the hand and fingertips. Feels pretty good, not gonna lie. Okay, so what we're going to do next is a strengthening exercise for your lower back. And there are a couple of ways to do this, and I'll just show you very quickly here. So I'll turn at an angle. And so the most strengthening of them is you're going to have your arm straight up. You're going to think about your hips as a door hinge. So the back stays flat, the legs stay flat. And you just fold forward and come back up. There's no excessive rounding of the back. We're not doing this. Instead, we're leading with the heart, and folding down and coming back up. Now that can be a lot on the arms sometimes, especially since we've done quite a bit with the arms so far. So you could do cactus arms. And if at the end of the day, the shoulders usually aren't working for you, like it's just not something you want to be doing, just bring your hands on your hips and still do the work here. Because the goal for this is to strengthen your lower back, which is great if you've been sitting a lot. Okay, so either arms up, cactus, or on the hips. So bring your hands into position. Good. Take a deep breath in. With your exhale, again, hinge at the hips and bring the heart forward as far as you can. And then with a strong back, lift back up. Good. Moving with your breath. Exhale, fold. Inhale, back up. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. And this is actually helping to strengthen not just the lower back, but the front abdomen as well, because you want this to be a controlled movement. You're slowly going forward. You're slowly coming back up. And why not? We'll make it fun like that. Slow down the movement even more. Try to go at half the speed of what you were moving before, even if that's not with the breath. Ooh, that changes things. I can feel that one a lot more. Try to keep both hips grounded on the chair. Slowly lowering down. And slowly coming back up a few more times. You might be able to feel some heat building in your body, especially around the core. I'm realizing for myself, which may or may not be a reality, is that I'm simultaneously loving this and also I'm like, this is hard. But it's good to strengthen the back. It's good to challenge ourselves sometimes. Let's do one more round, folding down and coming back up. And once you come up this last time, release the arms on down. Whew. I am feeling some heat at the belly. So good, so nice. All right, so keeping the knees hip width apart, keeping the heels stacking underneath your knees. Nice stable stance. We're going to come into a twist to hold. So go ahead and take your right hand across the body to the outside of your left thigh, just like earlier, and take your left hand either onto the chair cushion next to you or onto the chair back behind you. So we're creating this rotation, guiding the left shoulder back, guiding the right chest forward. Now take a deep breath in, sit up nice and tall. And with your exhale, roll the left shoulder back a little bit more. Feel the navel pull into the spine and twist with you to the left. And if you can, look behind you. Breathe. Staying for just a couple more breaths. And actually, there's an exercise we can do here that's great for the neck. So keep that left shoulder guiding back behind you. And now look over your right shoulder. So look forward and then look as far to the right as you can. And you'll get a bit of a stretch on the left side of your neck. Keep the left shoulder guiding back, looking as far over the right shoulder as you possibly can. One more breath. Now, before you come out, look behind you again. And then with the entire spine, inhale, come back to center. Feel sensation. Now we definitely want to do the other side. So take your left hand to the outside of your right thigh and take the right hand onto the chair back behind you, the chair cushion next to you. Sit up nice and tall. Take a big, deep breath in. And exhale, roll the right shoulder back, draw the left chest forward, look behind you, twist, 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 and we're staying this time. Feeling the navel pull into the body and twist with you to the right. Now, staying in the pose, keep drawing that right shoulder back powerfully and turn your chin to look forward and over the left shoulder, feeling that stretch on the right side of the neck. Now, before you come out, look behind you again. And with an inhale, carefully unwind to center. Good. Feeling that activation in your spine. You might feel a bit more awake or some relief in the spine. Good. And we're going to just do a little bit more work here. Go ahead and take your feet a little bit wider than your shoulders now. Nice stable stance, heel stacking underneath the knees as usual, so that if you lean from side to side, you don't fall over. So you might have to widen your stance to make sure that's true, or you might have to narrow your stance to make sure that's true. We'll also in this exercise be folding forwards. You want to find that sweet spot where you can lean and fold. Lots to think about here, all right? So go ahead and bring your left forearm or elbow down onto your left thigh. Roll your right shoulder back and then lift your right arm into the air and reach the right fingertips out over the left foot. Okay, so this is a lateral pose. Now, as you do that, it's tempting to want to lift that right hip off the chair. Go ahead and ground that back down, reaching through the fingertips and grounding down through the right hip, that big length on the right side. Good, then come back up, release the right arm, and we'll do the other side. So bringing the right elbow or forearm down onto the thigh, roll the left shoulder back, reach the left arm up and over, fingertips reaching out over the right foot. Roll the left shoulder back, breathe, and ground the left hip down onto your chair. Good, and then come back up and release. So we're going to move from side to side a few times. And so I'll just show you the flow once or twice. Some of you have done this with me before. We're going to come into a lateral stretch on one side. Then we're going to come back up. We'll reach the arms up, or you can bring the hands onto the hips, either one. Then we're going to fold forward. Then we're going to come back up. And then we're going to bring the elbow down and then reach. And then just keep moving from side to side, always throwing in a forward fold in the middle. Okay, so let's do that together. Bring the left elbow down, right arm sweeps up and over. Exhale, take the arms out to the side, come back. Inhale, reach the arms up or take them onto your hips. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold down. Inhale, come up. Exhale, bring the right elbow down. Inhale, sweep the left arm up and over. Exhale, take the arms out to the side. Come back to a tall spine. Reach up or hands on hips, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. Left elbow down. Right arm sweeps up and over, inhale. Exhale back. Reach up and fold. And up. Right elbow. Left arm sweep. And back. Reach up and fold. And up. One more time on each side, all right? Left elbow down. Inhale, reach the right arm up and over. Exhale back. Reach up or hands on hips. Fold. And up. Last one, right elbow down. Left arm reaching up and over. Exhale, return. Last fold, reach the arms up. and fold forward and stay in the fold. So your hands can reach to the floor. Maybe it's hands on the thighs or knees. And just feel your chin drop in toward your throat, the back of the neck lengthening. And just stay here for a couple of breaths. Wonderful. All right, inhale, sit back up. Great job. All right, so we'll spend the last few minutes we have together in meditation. So bring the knees a bit closer together, slide to the back of your chair. You have the option to sit up tall. We've definitely done a lot of work to strengthen the back today, or you can just lean into your chair, which is perfectly fine. Good. Feet flat on the floor, hands on the thighs, eyes gently closing. And take a deep breath in and out. I'm going to ask you to step into present awareness again. In other words, how do you feel? How do you feel in this moment? It might be different than 25 minutes ago when I asked you before. There's no expectation that anything had to change, and there's no expectation that anything had to change for the better. Just notice what is. How are you in your body? How do you feel energetically? Low, high, balanced? Maybe several of those at the same time? What's happening in your mind? Does it feel different from before? Is there more noise? Is there less noise? Does it feel regulated? Does it feel dysregulated? And how's your breath? Deep, shallow, easy, labored? And then with this awareness, we'll do a quick breathing technique. So bring your awareness to your throat and constrict the vocal cords just slightly to make your breath audible, like a soft snore or hissing sound. Soft hissing, ocean type sound on inhale. Soft hissing or ocean type sound on exhale. Just a couple more rounds of this audible breath. And as you complete this next exhale, release the technique. And when you're ready, take a deeper, fuller breath, please. Bring the palms together. Rub the palms together, creating heat. And take those warm palms over your eyes. Brushing over the top of your head, down your neck, bringing yourself slowly, surely, carefully back to the space around you.